Look at a human next to a lion. The lion looks like it was built to survive. Now look at the human. Soft skin, weak bite, no claws, no real natural weapons. So here is the question. How did the weaker animal become the one that controls the planet? Because humans did not win with muscle, we won with something stranger. A brain that could remember danger. A brain that could imagine the future. A brain that could turn a simple rock into a weapon. A brain that could look at another human and think, "Can I trust you?" Human intelligence was not just a gift, it was a survival weapon. But to understand why humans became so smart, we have to start with something uncomfortable. Early humans were not the most impressive animals. They were not the fastest. They were not the strongest. They were not covered in armor. They could not fly away from danger. They could not bite like a crocodile. They could not sprint like a cheetah. A human body by itself is not very scary, but that weakness may have been the beginning. Because when your body cannot solve every problem, your brain has to work harder. Imagine being an ancient human on an open landscape. You hear something moving in the grass. If you wait until the predator appears, it might be too late. So your brain has to do something powerful. It has to predict. Was that sound the wind? Was it an animal? Was it a threat? Should you run? Should you warn the group? That ability to guess what might happen next became a survival skill. A claw can help in a fight, but a brain can help you avoid the fight completely. And that is already a different kind of power. Humans did not just react to the world. They started planning around it. They could remember where food grew. They could remember which animal was dangerous. They could remember who helped them. They could remember who cheated them. They could remember which mistake almost got someone killed. Memory became a tool. Not a tool you hold in your hand, but a tool inside your skull. And once humans could remember the past, they could do something even more powerful. They could imagine tomorrow. This is one of the strangest things about the human brain. It does not only live in the present. It can travel backward into memory and forward into possibility. An ancient human could think, last time we went near that river, we saw predators. Then they could think, maybe tomorrow we should take a different path. That sounds simple now. But in a dangerous world, that kind of thinking could save lives. The humans who could imagine danger before it happened had an advantage, but thinking alone was not enough. Humans also needed tools, because without claws they made sharp stones. Without fangs they made spears. Without thick fur they made clothing. Without natural armor they built shelters. This is one of the biggest secrets of human evolution. Humans did not wait for their bodies to change into better weapons. They used their brains to build the weapons outside their bodies. A stone became a knife. A stick became a spear. A branch became a shelter. A spark became protection. The human body stayed soft. But the human world became sharper, and every tool created a new kind of thinking. If you make a tool, you have to imagine something that does not exist yet. You have to look at a rock and not just see a rock. You have to see what it could become. That is intelligence. The ability to look at the world and ask, what can I turn this into? But there was a problem. A smart brain is expensive. Your brain uses a lot of energy. It needs fuel. So if humans were going to grow bigger, more powerful brains, they needed better food. This is where food changed everything. Ancient humans hunted. They scavenged. They gathered plants. They cracked bones. They shared meat. And eventually they learned to use fire. Fire did not just keep predators away, it changed food. Cooking made some food easier to chew, easier to digest, and safer to eat. That matters because a brain needs energy. Better food helped support better brains, and better brains helped humans find even better food. It became a loop. Smarter humans found more food. More food helped feed smarter brains. Smarter brains made better tools. Better tools helped find even more food. Survival kept rewarding the humans who could solve problems. But intelligence was not only about tools and food, it was also about people, because one human alone is vulnerable. But a group of humans is different. A group can watch for danger. A group can share food. A group can protect children. A group can hunt together. A group can remember more than one person can remember alone. In a way, a tribe became a shared brain. But living in a group is not simple. You have to understand other people. Who is angry? Who is scared? Who is lying? Who can be trusted? Who needs help? Who might betray the group? This is called social thinking, but you do not need a fancy word for it. It means humans had to become good at reading each other. And that may have made the brain work even harder, because animals are dangerous. But people are complicated. A predator might attack you because it is hungry. But a person can help you today, envy you tomorrow, and lie to you next week. Living with other humans created a whole new kind of survival challenge. You had to survive nature. And you had to survive the group. So the human brain became better at faces, emotions, voices, intentions, and trust. This is why intelligence is not only about solving puzzles. Sometimes intelligence is knowing when someone is pretending. Sometimes it is knowing who to follow. Sometimes it is knowing when to stay quiet. Sometimes it is knowing how to convince the group to listen. Then came another major upgrade. Language. Before language, one person could learn from experience. But with language, one person could give that experience to someone else. That is huge. A person could say, "Do not eat that plant," or "There is water beyond those trees," or "That animal is dangerous at night." Suddenly, knowledge did not have to die with the person who learned it. It could move from parent to child, from hunter to hunter, from elder to tribe, from one generation to the next. This made humans different. A tool can break, a body can die, but an idea can survive inside another mind. That is one of the most powerful things humans ever discovered. Not just how to learn, how to teach. Teaching turned intelligence into inheritance. A baby human is not born knowing how to make fire, sharpen stone, or survive in the wild. But a baby human is born ready to learn from other humans. That made every generation more powerful than the last. Not because each baby was born with all the answers, but because each baby could receive answers from the people before them. This created a snowball effect. One human learned something useful. Another human copied it. Another improved it. Another taught it. And over time, simple survival tricks became culture. A sharper stone, a better shelter, a safer fire, a stronger group, a clearer warning, a better story. Slowly, humans were not just surviving the world, they were changing it. And this is where the big answer becomes clear. Humans became smart because survival kept asking harder questions. How do you find food when you are hungry? How do you avoid predators when you are weak? How do you protect a child who cannot protect itself? How do you know who to trust? How do you remember danger? How do you teach what you know? How do you make tomorrow safer than today? The humans who answered those questions better had a better chance of surviving, and over time the brain became our invisible weapon. Not because humans were born powerful, but because humans were born unfinished. We had to make up the difference. No claws, make tools, no armor, build shelter, not fast enough, predict danger, not strong enough alone, create a group, not born knowing everything, learn, not alive forever, teach. That is the strange power of humans. We are not the animal with the best body. We are the animal that learned how to borrow strength from the world. A rock became our tooth. A spear became our claw. Fire became our fur. A tribe became our shield. Language became our memory, and the brain connected all of it. So why did humans become so smart? Because we had to. Our bodies were not enough. The world was dangerous, food was uncertain, predators were real, and survival was never guaranteed. So the human brain learned to do something amazing. It learned to remember the past. It learned to imagine the future. It learned to work with other brains, and learned to turn ideas into tools, and it learned to pass those ideas forward. That is how a soft, slow, physically unimpressive animal became the creature that could reshape the planet. Humans did not become powerful because we were the strongest. We became powerful because we could learn. Because the story of humans is not just about where we came from. It is about how a weak animal learned to think its way into power.